Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel. It looks like the United States government is taking a page out of Chairman Mao's book and starting the American Cultural Revolution. In the last couple of days, they've gone to war with all of the universities across their country. They're stating that there's terrorist activities going on campuses at the universities across the country. They have banned all foreign students from getting visas in embassies around the world. They're aggressively revoking Chinese students' visa rights, deporting Chinese students on grounds of national security. They will not enroll a foreign student in one of their classes that is a critical class. So that can be anything from engineering to medical to political science to whatever. It doesn't matter. They could just pick and choose what's critical and what's not critical to the national security of the United States. They are cutting funding from like $2.2 billion of funding cut from Harvard University, the #1 university in the entire world rated. If they knock Harvard to its knees and it comes out of the top 10, then the top 10 universities are in mainland China. Go figure, eh? You know, so Trump is saying that he wants to take away the funding from the universities and give them to trade schools. It's sort of like sending the educated people to the countryside to learn how to farm. It's, you know, it's eerie. And we all know how that worked out. You know, it wasn't the best decision or direction for our country, but it looks like the United States is going down that uneducated, going back in time rather than looking to the future. It's a 2.0 cultural revolution, but it's also the 2.0 Exclusion Act, because they're excluding all Chinese students from the country. Yes, they're discriminating against Chinese people on place of origin, not who that person is. Not only are they excluding them, they're aggressively, and this comes right out of Rubio's mouth, we are aggressively refusing Chinese students visas. We are aggressively deporting Chinese students. We are aggressively, and you know, and that aggressively, there's a tone to that you just can't. It's hard to put into words because, you know, they had exclusion acts where all Chinese were excluded from entering the United States of America and Canada, for that matter. They had head taxes on only the Chinese people. The discrimination of 100 and some years ago is more prevalent today than it was 100 and some years ago, because these are PhD students. They're researchers. They're doing good in their fields. They're some of the top students in the entire frickin' world, and it's adding to the brain drain of the United States. It's turning it into a backwards country. It's turning it into well, you know, they do need more electricians and plumbers, but to take the top university, the top minds of the world, and start booting them out, it makes no sense at all. When you consider that the population of Harvard student body is about between 27 and 31% of their entire student body, the money that those institutes, not just Princeton and Harvard and, you know, all of the universities from University of Southern California to whatever, it doesn't matter. All of these universities sort of rely on those foreign students, and the communities rely on those foreign students. Tuition, selling books, renting apartments, restaurants, just the spin-off cash from these students is big business. Airplane companies bringing them from overseas and back. See, and then Trump goes on to the news and says, well, you know, Harvard's population of international students, foreign students, is 31%, or just about 31%. We want to cap that at 15%. And then Rubio saying, oh, we're aggressively refusing student visas from Chinese students, any Chinese student. And then he goes on to say, and we are vetting them. We are vetting them through social media. I'll get to that in a minute. But if you're going to exclude the other 15-16%, so what are they going to do? They're going to exclude all the Chinese people, all the Chinese students, and they're going to take students from India. They're a little democratic country, yeah. So it's just a way to discriminate against the Chinese people, the Chinese students, the Chinese government, calling everything that Chinese people do critical to national interest, and we just can't trust any of them. That's just the way it is. So all of them are bad, and paint them all with the same brush, and that's just it. And then Rubio says, yeah, well, we're vetting we're vetting Chinese people, we're vetting all foreign students, but aggressively we're vetting the Chinese students, which and they're vetting them through social media. Now, okay, if you have any Palestinian posts, because all of this is about terrorism on the campuses, anti-Israeli protests, anti-Semitic. These people are anti-Semitic. Well, maybe they should be looking at the world through the eyes of the students and saying, well, why would they be protesting us backing the Israeli regime that's committing genocide against an entire population of people in Palestine? You know what I mean? So, I think they're backing the wrong people on this one. Is the way it looks, but. If you have a member of your family in the Communist Party, well, right away, you're national security risk. Your mother, your sister, your brother, your daughter, your friend, your uncle, your aunt, your cousin twice removed. If they're a Communist Party member, and a lot of people are in China, well then you're automatically excluded from student visa. You're not eligible for a student visa to the United States of America because of your affiliation with one of your family members. Okay, you got Facebook, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you have Douyin, you've got all of these friends and acquaintances on all of these platforms. If one of those people on, say, Facebook, or TikTok, or Douyin, or Tutiao, or whatever, is a member of the Communist Party, well, you're not eligible for a visa to the United States. If any of those people that you're friends with have said anything pro-Palestinian or anti-Israeli or anti-Semitic, well, you're no longer available for a student visa. You're no longer, they won't give you one. So they've blanketed all the Chinese people, and I doubt that any Chinese students will be going back into the universities in the United States, and that's a shame for not only the students, because it's been the dream of a lot of students to go to, Princeton or University of Southern California or Harvard, but it's a bigger problem for the United States of America because the brain drain is going to be so prevalent. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you look 10, 15, 20 years down the road. If these young, intelligent Chinese students aren't going to be part and parcel of the United States of America, well, then they'll understand that they're falling behind. Sure, now they got plumbers, they got electricians, they got garbage disposal men, you know what I mean? But they don't have the brains. They're going backwards, not forward. So, yeah, it's a cultural revolution going on in the United States right now, led by President Trump, and it's based on discrimination against Chinese people, discrimination against 20% of the world's population by about 5% of the world's population in the United States. So as we're watching this play out, as we're watching universities lose their funding, as we see research facilities being shut down, as we see the deportation of some of the smartest young brains at the most prestigious universities in the world being deported to their own country because they may be a security risk to the United States. Well, it's just blatant discrimination, and it's all led by one racist person, Donald Trump, the President of the United States. Sure, he's got a lot of people watching him and saying, yup, his yes man, but they're just as racist as he is, because if you're going to paint an entire group of people, the Chinese, with one brush, there's no other word for it but racism. Discrimination too, but racism is the top one. So that's another video for Gweilo 60. The background is nice. The boats are out. We've got a ferry over here. We got kids swimming in the ocean over here. You know, it's a nice day. A little bit of cloud cover. It keeps it a little bit cooler. But you know, think about this one and watch it very closely, because once these universities lose their funding, their curriculum gets smaller and smaller, and it's not as good as it used to be. They're going to lose professors. They're going to lose, because when these discriminatory acts come into play and funding goes away, these professors, these brains, these top PhD students and stuff, they'll get up and they'll move someplace else. Whether it's in the United States, Canada is a good choice for them, but I would bet that they'll end up in Chinese universities, some of the top 10 Chinese universities in the frickin' world, and that is the truth. You look it up. Look up the top 10 universities. You've got Harvard at the top right now, and the next 9 are in China, and they'll end up there, and it'll help China, and it'll hurt the United States. It seems like they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Anyway, that's another video from yours truly, Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye now.